Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another LEGO build. Today is another episode of upgrading some of the bigger modular buildings in my city to a MILS plate. The good news is this is one of the very last two, so that's very exciting. I'm ready for the entire bottom area to be MILS plated, and then that really makes moving everything and figuring out future planning and stuff just that much easier. I was originally going to save the Daily Bugle and the Avengers Tower for last, however I decided to do the police station second to last and then save the Avengers Tower for that final project. I do have a MILS plate ready to go for it. That is just an interesting project there. But yeah, that's going to be pretty exciting. And I want to keep this next to the museum still. That is kind of my plan. However, I will be moving everything around in the city very shortly just to try and accommodate my favorite backline here. And I don't know yet. It's with the Sanctum Sanctorum fresh in my mind. That was originally going to go between the Avengers Tower and the Daily Bugle. However, I did move the Sitcom Tower to the police station spot and then removed one of the just half base plates next to the haunted house. So for now, in the background, and you'll see it once I'm finished with this build here, is kind of just getting ready for that Sitcomplex Tower to become much, much bigger. So for now, we're working on MILS plating, cleaning up everything. Obviously, we have the little news outlet here. We have the police station, we have the donut shop, and it's going to go on just a basic MILS plate. Of course, those light gray bricks on there for the actual street curb. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure just where I want to go with everything. And obviously, this will open up a base plate next to this, next to the museum. And of course, there's no shortage of things that I want to put there. It's just tough. I'm not 100% sure where I want to go with it all, and it's going to be a lot of moving around, which honestly isn't too bad. Moving them on a MILS plate is really easy, especially if you just move like the bottom floor, put the rest of the side, keep them from Mittens, the cat, and we're good. But now, with all the wires and everything with it, it's going to be a little bit tougher. But yeah, for this video, I'm adding a bunch of minifigures. You can already maybe see some of them inside, and then after this, similar to the Daily Bugle Assembly Square, after I build and then upgrade to a MILS plate, I will be doing a lighting kit for this relatively shortly. I'm waiting on the Daily Bugle's lighting kit now, and then once that is done, I will be starting the police station build. But yeah, it's a really good time for the LEGO City. Everything's really growing, and I'm really, really excited for everything to start taking hold. I think I have enough tile pieces to finish this yet, but I just had to place an order for more tiles, more 4x8s for this, in the light gray, and it'll be enough to kind of finish this area of the city. But then obviously after that, I do have tons of boardwalk projects to go. So if you're interested, definitely check out more of the builds below. I have tons of stuff on the playlist. Look forward to more of the Hogwarts project coming soon. That is in full force, and I just picked up Hagrid's hut yesterday. So that should be a pretty cool update to that. And then I do have the custom tiki shop. I finally got the surf shop, the second set in, so I'll be taking that beat up old one in the background and turning it into a pretty cool custom reworkable model of a tiki bar. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you at the end of this build, folks. Alright everybody, so here's the final MILS plate build upgrade, whatever you want to call it. Overall, I am happy. I did make a couple of different changes that I was originally not going to. Obviously a couple small ones. I did add the storm vents, which are pretty much everywhere to get that little water runoff effect. I added 2 of them. I usually only do 1. For this, I did not switch all of it to dark gray. I did just the top layers. I did order dark gray for the sides, but I also do really like the dark gray with the light gray. I'm not 100% sure if everybody else is going to like it, so definitely let me know, but I like the little contrast. You have that light gray on the side, dark gray on top. It's not completely fluid, and I still might switch out the corners. I think they're actually in my mailbox today. Either that or tomorrow, one of the two. So I definitely can still switch them down the road if I want, but I do like them. I did, of course, keep the bench out here. It is tough to kind of make it good walking space because you do have the bush, obviously, on the side, and you still need room to get to the donut shop. So there is a little bit of a light gap in there. I'm not 100% happy with that, but it's kind of the best thing for it right now. I might move this maybe a little bit to the off-center, a little bit more, like to the right, or depending on how you're looking at it, to left or right. Depending on where this sits in the city, if I need a little bit more walking space. So that's neither here nor there. We'll see where this actually winds up pretty shortly. But I do really like it. Of course, it is all tiled off in that like bluish gray. For the background, it is a back alley, so I'm not going to really be mad that I ran out of tiles, and I got so close. I got so close. Almost all completely done. I have a lot with these little 2x2 tiles with the stud on, but I try not use them all for the back alley just because there's not going to be people walking there. It's primarily going to be wires, so not my favorite thing that there's not a finished product here. But again, I ordered I think 150 more of the 2x2s, so we should be in pretty good shape there. And you can still open the door with that little tile groove, so definitely a fan of that. Now I'll show you guys a little bit of what I did to the interior. I actually do have more changes coming, and I'll be adding something very cool to the roof of this very shortly. So I did add, move that for now, a worker right in here. She's actually for a coffee shop. I believe she's with the train station set, but since that area of my city is not done yet, I'm not too worried about it. I did add a little prisoner to the jail cell over here, the police chief walking out the door by the water cooler. I have another officer behind the desk, and a lawyer here that is from the Ministry of Magic set. He honestly works perfect as a lawyer. You know, you got the suit, got the briefcase, grizzled expression. It's perfect. Over here, I do need to add somebody actually buying some coffee or donuts, but I do have the attendant actually in the back holding a pot of coffee, finally. It's those small little details that I can't wait for the light kit to actually arrive. Or I can't wait to order the light kit once I'm finished with my current project, which is going to be the Daily Bugle. Then for the next floor, I added a couple more small details. I don't have enough of the dark blue police officers, so I just added a pretty generic one that I've had since I was a kid, just sitting at the desk, and I did add a little German Shepherd for his police dog. I put him in the center just so you can actually see him out the window, and I did put somebody living up in that residence. Again, it's little small projects like that that matter. And last but not least, excuse me, I had to sneeze there. Up here, I do have another one of the dark blue officers up in like the little evidence room, having a cup of coffee. I might have somebody go in with him eventually for the little interrogation room. I just don't have, and I just broke the air conditioner off. I don't have any more like robbers, criminals, whatever you want to say. And one little Easter egg. Jim Gordon. I have Commissioner Gordon in his SWAT outfit from one of the Tumblr sets with Bane, I think, back in the good old days of DC sets. So I do have him in there as well. I will give a slight teaser. He's going to be involved in what I'm putting on the roof of this very shortly. So don't want to give that away, but spoiler alert, involves Jim Gordon, and it's going to light up. At least I hope it will. I have plans on it lighting up, but we'll see how that actually works out for me. But yep, that's just going to about do it for this project, guys. I do now have to, of course, fix the little air conditioner because he did take a little tumble. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me for another build. I honestly don't know how that went in there. I'm so confused. Is it? No. Alright, you know what? It's gonna be. That's how it's gonna look. It is what it is. I'll look at the instructions. I think that's actually how it probably was. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another MILS plate upgrade. We're so close. Just the Avengers Tower to go. I'm looking at the Avengers Tower right now off camera. I'm ready to do it, but I'm so not ready if I break something on that set. I don't want to have to rebuild it, but I know it's going to be good when it's all done and all ready to go, and I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to put this in the actual Lego City. We'll see how it looks next to the museum, and between this video and next time, I might be moving some buildings around. So now let's take a look. Alright everybody, so here is where it's currently sitting. Again, this might be adjusted very shortly, but it is next to the huge police station. I did tear up some tiles in between just because I am going to have to work on the actual individual tiling, just because, you know, why plan? Why plan ahead for these things? You can see there is a gap in the background. That's where the Daily Bugle is going to go. I haven't put it back in the city just because it's less of a pain to just keep it out of the city lineup until the actual lighting kit for it is done. But it's looking pretty good. There's the back alley full of wires. And then if you come to the outside here, you can see that there's going to be a full base plate worth of space there. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm still debating whether or not the museum and the police station will be out here instead of the pet shop, the apartment building next to it, and Assembly Square. I just haven't decided yet. It's going to be a tough decision no matter what. But yeah, city's a little bit of a mess right now, but going through that remodeling stage, it happens. And then you can see the Sit Complex Tower is going to be in the background. It's going to be super tall one day anyways, so that honestly works for me. But that's just going to do it for this build, folks. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Happy building, folks.